Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the sector. Not much going on today. I checked in this morning. Wasn't really trading a whole lot today aside from the first half hour or so. But didn't trade the sector and just saw everybody on my screen was less than 1% green or red. So that pretty much told me it was an uneventful day. And we also have the chat room as a gauge of volatility. When there's less messages, less ticker requests from the MJ sector, there's usually lower volume, lower volatility. And that means patiently wait for spikes in volume and volatility, which means spikes in opportunity. So we still have a tightening range on CGC, which may break tomorrow. If it doesn't, we're going to look for it to break first thing. We have multiple tops of resistance. We had an upgrade today that didn't do enough to get the bulls going. We have our double bottom of key support, and we could pretty much put up a resistance line and a support line. And look at the channel that we've been trading within for the last bunch of days. Some of this includes extended hours, but this is roughly the channel that I'm watching, and I personally am not really trading it while we are within this channel at this point. I'm waiting for the break of the channel. Cron, low of yesterday, held or broke by 1 penny, but not much follow through. But again, look at the range. So very little range. We saw less than 20 cents, which is nothing. And patiently waiting for either a bull break of $7 where the bears are waiting or a bear break of $6.37. APHA. So bulls need to hold 452. That's the most important support for me. That's our daily high or low. The range I care about is 452 support, 486 resistance. Patiently waiting for one of those levels to break. ACB. Level I care about, 238 and 236. Bulls have to break 255 and 262. Closer to a bear break than a bull break. Hexo came down and broke some short-term supports. Key level of 199 here. And the bulls have to break 222 to do anything. So right now the bears have a bit of an edge on some of these names. On the verge of their breaks. OGI held its support of 235. Trying to form a higher low here and recover from that dilution news. All in all, pretty good job of the bulls today. VFF. So VFF still haven't confidently set the daily lower high compared to 709. If this inside bar breaks bearish, then our new daily lower high is 649. If it breaks bullish, then we're still looking at anything under 709 as a daily lower high. So very quick run through for the Canadian MJ sector because not much has changed from yesterday's video, and patiently waiting, knowing that tomorrow being a Friday means less likely to see breaks on these levels, and patiently waiting for those breaks. So highlighted trade for tomorrow is IIPR. All out dump today, big bear volume spike. 76 was a base of support, and we rolled over and broke that level. Still watching this weekly time frame. It is still possible for an inverse head and shoulders, but it's going to be harder for the bulls because of the size of the pullback at this point. We have to hold 66.61 and break 86.57 or make that 87.20. And where we stand right now, we are $15 from a bull break, and we are only $6 from a bear break. So, bulls need to show up. So why I was interested is oversold conditions. You know I love these oversold bounces. And someone posted right at the end of the day. I looked at it this morning and said, nah, I'm going to wait until tomorrow. But then at the end of the day, someone in the chat room posted that it was a dumpster fire, which got my attention. 4-hour RSI at that point was down in right around 20. It's risen a bit because of this lower wick where bulls did buy the end of the dip. But I saw the hourly time frame was a waterfall. And again, if we were to see a little bear flag from 1 to 2 p.m. and then a new low of the day into the close, I wouldn't make this entry. But because it was a straight waterfall with no hourly bounce at any point today, and because that hourly RSI was in the teens, the 4-hour RSI is in the 20s, the weekly support is approaching, I was confident to grab a small starter position on this 5-minute break at the end of the day. As soon as 71.52 broke, I entered a position with full intention to enter another position tomorrow. Got way better end of the day action than I was looking for on nice bull volume. So my trade is just going to be looking for a 4-hour oversold bounce. I will look to double my position size if tomorrow morning first thing the bulls can hold the low of today, 71.05, because we know we'll need an hourly trend change for this bounce to get any follow through. So I want to see a hold of 71.05 and a break of 72.69 first thing tomorrow to show me this bounce has follow through on that volume climax candle at the end of the day. And my target or my goal would be to take partial profit, perhaps around $74, $75, exit half of my position. If I enter a second position, that is. But we'll see. Going to be watching it first thing tomorrow morning. Curaleaf did not get a painted close. It's been painting its close all week. And that's just where the end of the day bull action shows up to ensure a close near the high. But we're on the verge of a bear break of 770. And after 770, 746 must hold. Otherwise, we are back to resuming the lower highs and lower lows. If we break 746, the most important support. Bulls need to hold 746 and break 821. C-Web on the verge of a bear break. Again, it's a race now between a handful of names. Who's going to join CL and OH and the lowest prices of the 2019 consolidation? C-Web, 1136 is approaching, less than 3% away. Here's OH attempting a bounce today with a daily inside bar closing weak. CL, a very similar candlestick, but the bounce on CL was much more significant percentage-wise on OH. But in the end, very similar lack of any follow-through. We knew the bounce was just for an hourly lower high. Bulls have to hold 590 and break 670 to change the hourly trend. For OH to change the hourly trend, we have to hold 356 and break 378 tomorrow. So they've already dropped to their lower lows. C-Web is on the verge of joining them. GTII is making its way down, 991. So we're about 6% away, 7% away from a bear break to lower lows there. IAN is in a race, trying to get that low. It is 2% away from a bear break to lower lows. So IAN and C-Web are closest to hitting their lower lows first. HARV had a little green day today. It's in the running as one of the weakest names as well. And the sector is separating itself. It's interesting to note that in the Canadian MJ sector, when I'm talking about it in the chat room or we're discussing it wherever, we can generalize about the sector as a whole because of how correlated everybody is. And the reason for that, in my opinion, is because they are traded on larger exchanges. There's more bot trading going on. There's more of the algos that are ensuring correlations on high volume exchanges. Whereas in the US MJ sector, we can't generalize and speak about it because we have the names that are standing out a lot stronger, like TRUL, which I haven't done. Good reminder. TRUL, Curaleaf, these names are holding on so much stronger, so I can't generalize about the sector as easily. Curaleaf daily inside bar. If we see a bear break of 1735, we look to 1660 as a key short-term level. And if we get a bull break, this move continues. So you've heard the saying 100 times, cut your losers and let your runners ride. And that is what I have been doing. Again, I mentioned the account that I'm managing for a close associate in a recent video. And I mentioned tax loss selling, where I have trimmed some of the losers and exited some of those positions. So I have zero capital gains tax to pay in 2019 from that account. But the best decision that I made was making TRUL the largest position in that account by adding on daily consolidation. And I did that somewhere back here in October, and that is keeping the account from being as ugly as it could be. And certainly still in a recoverable state, still have 40% cash to work with, and patiently waiting for a clear catalyst and momentum shift before I deploy that capital. But the bottom line is keeping the winners going in daily uptrends and ditching the losers. I appreciate you watching. We'll check back in on Monday. Out of content here, but a fitting bear video from a few months ago. See you soon.